Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in Game 3 of a best-of-3 matchup between mTwNightEnd and MorroW here on Metalopolis. mTwNightEnd spawning as the red Protoss player at the 6 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have MorroW spawning over here at the 2 o'clock position. So it is going to be, once again, Terran versus Protoss, red versus blue. Nothing too out of the ordinary in this particular instance. So hopefully this will be an interesting game. MorroW has been really liking to mass a lot of Marines, do a very early expansion, and then try to push and just trying to do some different things as a Terran player, things that I rarely ever seen or I've rarely ever tried. So I'm gonna go have to see what the economic advantage is. A lot of Protoss players really not massing up a very many zealots just because of the way Terran is able to wall off their front door. So because of that, Terran players have been playing a little bit more aggressively in terms of economy, and at least in this particular matchup, where they're able to get down an early command center and then mass up a lot of Marines. I believe MorroW was able to get up to 102 food size army very quickly. Probe now dancing around inside the base of MorroW, and that Probe, however, will get plenty of those shields recharged. I don't know why MorroW's playing Pop Go the Weasel with that one single supply depot. A little odd. Probably wanting to produce some SCVs instead. Back over here we have a gateway now being warped in as well, and then in addition to that assimilator getting gas. So mTwNightEnd not perhaps going for he may try to go for another 4-gate push. The 4-gate push was fairly effective in the first game. However, the second game he did not do too well, and yeah, once again, please watch these games in order. I try not to reveal too much. Also, another thing to note, some players have been asking me why I don't put like part 1 of 3 on my replays any longer. I heard from, or some people have been asking me not to do that because they do not want to know how long a game is. They don't want it to be taken or get the surprise taken away from them. They also do not watch the timer on the right-hand side. So they really try to keep themselves in suspense and believe that the game could be ending at any point. So that's why I do not add that little bit of a timer there. Marine now going to go ahead and do a little bit of scouting. Are we going to get a fast expansion is the question though. Marines and SCVs being produced, no refinery yet. So no refinery could mean that we are in fact trying to go for an early command center once again. And yes, MorroW going for that early command center with no gas and just massing Marines. We'll see how that's really going to work out for him, as that's only a single barracks producing any units. MorroW sitting on what how can it have 300 minerals? He only has 3 Marines, so once again I do believe that is bugged. Marines now going to go out and do a little bit of scouting. Marine able to shoot down Peppy the Probe just a little bit. Probe now going to be heading in, trying to see if there is going to be an early command center, and sees that early command center there. Going off of a 2-gate, warp gate ability now being researched as well. However, mTwNightEnd is probably mTwNightEnd not mining nearly as many minerals as MorroW, because he's also mining in some additional gas. 2 additional gateways now being warped in, so it's going to be 4-gate again against mass Marines and Marauders most likely. So we'll see how that once again works. Already going off of that triple barracks. Perhaps we'll see a tech lab being produced in just a moment. Command center already being built, and only operating off of a single refinery. So yeah, tech lab now being put down most likely. Yeah, tech lab being put down. Marine's gonna go ahead and hop into that bunker. Orbital command being upgraded once again. SCVs being transferred over. So taking a look at the income of MorroW. MorroW sitting off of 21 harvesters, will be able to get up very quickly as soon as the secondary command center is up and running, able to produce some more SCVs. Zealots and sentries now coming out, so we'll see how that's going to really work, as those sentries with that guardian shield, down goes that poor SCV getting too close to that, and now 2 additional warp gates being upgraded. So 4 sentries, chrono boost being used on those warp gates in order to increase their increase the cooldown speed. So if you look at the timer is moving a little bit faster than the original one, and now in comes a scan from MorroW. So MorroW does in fact know that it is going to be a 4-gate that he has to really counter against. Back over here we have no research yet, as we have double reactors now being put down, and now more bunkers being placed in. So once again, MorroW turtling up very early. And we'll see how this is really going to work. Sitting at 37, oh wow, already sitting at 40 food, 41 food, as those reactors are just pumping out mass Marines In comes a pylon in order enabling them to get some additional support as well. A little surprised that he's still going for the same strategy and not going for perhaps some Colossus. Colossus with range would definitely be a very, very good option at this point. Probe getting too close to those bunkers, quickly getting taken down, and all of these bunkers are such a nice option for MorroW at this stage, as once you no longer need them and you are already well defended, you just salvage them and they return all of their money back. More Marines being produced, not a single Marauder in play yet, and now supply depot is being built on that front door. Army-wise, both sides sitting on a fairly large army, and in comes this Guardian Shield once again trying to take down some of these units. SCV getting taken down, Zealots trying to come in as well. Force fields need to be placed in on that backside to make sure that those SCVs do not continue to repair. There it goes, all those SCVs unable to repair now, so a lot of those bunkers now going to be able to get taken down. More continuing to push back more and more, so both sides taking a lot of damage, but MorroW already down to 750. Marines now coming in, and those sentries with that additional 2 armor able to just take down so many of these units. Marines now coming out wanting to chase Guardian Shields, and now more Zealots being warped in. Are we going to get a little bit of turnaround? Oh, a couple Marines now getting stuck, however, unable to continue that pursuit. We have, what, 14 Marines fighting off against a fair number of Zealots now. Force fields now being pushed back away. No more Guardian Shields, however, just 2 more force field charges, and really needs to time this fight just right. Needs to focus down some of these units. Gonna go ahead and focus down one of those bunkers. Down goes one, down goes another. Focus fire of all those sentries, focusing down a lot of these units, trying to stay out of the range of all of those additional units, and now more Zealots coming in. So mass Marines against mass Guardians, more units being warped in. Poor Marines trying to pull back away. Gonna go ahead and try to take down this bunker, and this bunker will in fact go down. Let's see whether or not those more Marines are going to be coming in. Sentries now going to activate those Guardian Shields most likely, and in comes some SCVs fighting off in a very, very nice tightly corner. SCVs unable to engage, continuing to fighting with range, and both players suffering heavy casualties at this stage. MorroW sitting with a very, very large army though, and it looks like he's going to be able to win this as those Guardians continuing to just absorb more and more damage. Marines now trying to focus down. Zealots continuing to push. Marines now pulling back once again. More Marines just getting regathered and just continuing back and forth. So it's a little game of chicken at this stage. Look at the units right now. 14 Marines against 6 sentries and 5 Zealots. No charge and no forge upgrades yet. NightEnd really needs to start expanding or doing something else, as income-wise, he is definitely behind. Taking a look at the income, MorroW actually lost a lot of those SCVs, so I take it back. He is no longer behind, and the longer this game goes, the better it is going to be for NightEnd. And in come more of these units. Zealots trying to push in. Guardian Shield once again being activated, trying to nice force fields, denying any chance of escape for those Marines. Marines also unable to just reinforce, and if we get another force field on that ramp, that's going to be GG. And waiting for those Marines once again heading back up, and MorroW does in fact say GG. So NightEnd able to win Game 3 in this best of 3 matchup between MorroW and NightEnd here on Metalopolis. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.